stop there by Pantano. Loose in the crease, still jamming, and finally a whistle. Nice rush there by Pino.
And the key for the Friars is going to be to set the pace for the game and then carry that pace through a full 60 minutes. And Brian Pino doing just that on his first shift of the game, taking that puck, driving it straight to the net. We talked about his leadership style at the beginning of the broadcast, and that he truly leads by example. This is going to be a theme for this team throughout the year, is setting the pace of the play early on. Friars looking to Pino to do just that.
Ryan coming off a big 2-goal game Saturday night. Quick shot here by Ryan Tate, handled by the blocker of Pantano. This is Dominic Dockery for the Warriors. Big hit there by Tate, keeps it into Prince. Prince holding, still holding. Pantano the save, came loose but he covered. And nice job there by the freshman Greg Prince.
Well, and that play originated with Ryan Tate taking the body there, stepping up, a big hit, creating a turnover there, and Prince taking his time, waiting for help to arrive at the net. Two Friars going hard to the net, but again, that play set up by Ryan Tate, stepping up, taking the body. Nice physical play there for the Friars.
Tyler Drevich, Tyler Irvine, and Logan Coombs, the line for the Warriors. Friars have that fourth line out there. Quick wrist shot blocked. And Truman Reed at the left point did not sneak down the walls. The Warriors play it up. That came outside the zone, but Kavanaugh unable to bank it back in. This is Irvine. He'll take it wide, offensive end, long shot, gloved and held on to by Hockey.
You'll see Hockey really working to control those rebounds. That's one area of his game he's really trying hard to focus on. You see here Merrimack taking the puck wide, realizing no numbers going to the net, so getting that shot nice and low until help arrives.
Face-off coming in the Providence end. Larson to take it. You got Ludwig and then his older brother Alfred, both from Malmo, Sweden. Larson, Henning, and McBride the line for the Warriors. And now Conway gets waved out. Not happy with that. Bjorkquist in to take the draw. And controlled by the Warriors. Pushed down deep. Young able to push it free. And Spencer will get it through center ice. Here's Bjorkquist. Quick wrist shot off the glove of Pantano. Goes just wide. Friars keep it in. Back to the point. Quick shot, and that's wide. Back to Mirages. He'll drill that up over the net. Friars keep it in. Good shift here. Turnaround shot. Missed the mark. Mirages pinching down the wall. Through to the net. Hit the side of it. Now the puck back to the point. Thrown across. Friars have Merrimack running around here. Mirages. He'll just toss it to Bjorkquist. Casper lost an edge down low in a battle. Conway trying to dig it free as well. He gets bumped and hits the ice. No call. The officials tonight, Jamie Koharski and Kevin Shea, the referees. Lucas Murray and Tom George are the linesmen. This is Duhame. Drop pass. Came behind him, Brett Cini. Good offensive skilled senior for Merrimack. Takes it back. Centering feed. Deflects to the wall. This is Aaron Titcomb. Titcomb carried it in deep. Around the net, Merrimack player lost an edge. Duhame up, not out. Cini a one-timer wide. Providence, much like they did a moment ago to Merrimack, tied up a bit in their own end. And the Friars unable to get it out. Sammy Tavernier, nice stick to keep it in. Now rink wide off the skate of Bryson. And he'll just snap it in.
And Friars get a little lucky there as Hayden Hockey lost his stick. That stick found its way up to about the dot. Friars got to do a better job of communicating and being aware of what's going on around them, realizing that Hayden could have used a stick or at least make sure that that puck finds its way out of the zone on that first try.
Pantano able to hold the wrister by Ryan Tate and cover it up. Pantano, a junior out of Bridgewater, Massachusetts. Drew Vogler started the year as the starter. He's a junior and struggled a bit. Logan Holiday, a freshman, also getting time in the net as that shot from the center point fanned on by Jeff Baum, who then loses an edge. O'Neill Tate, and Prince, the line for the Friars. Tibbett, Alfred Larson, and Michael Babcock, whose father, Mike Babcock, head coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs, is in attendance here tonight at Schneider. Maple Leafs are going to be in action tomorrow night up in Montreal. And Babcock tries to get to as many of his son's games as he can, given his schedule as an NHL head coach. Center ice, Prince knocked the puck down, then got knocked down by Irvine. Center ice, this is Drevich. Tyler Drevich, the sophomore out of Middleborough, Massachusetts. Swings it to Irvine, takes it wide, throws it toward the middle behind a teammate. Off a skate, and Spencer Young controls and heads up ice. Hennessy, he'll knock it in. Of course, Robbie had a pair of breakaways in the third period of Saturday night's win over UMass. Unable to connect on either. You see Ben Mirage is still wearing number 4. He is going to wear number 4 for the entire season. Of course, Drew Brown wore number 7 with the Friars, so a nice touch there, as Mirages will stay with the number 4 for the remainder of the year. Puck in deep, Young up the wall, but the Warriors keep it in deep off the wall. Bjorkquist able to one-hand it out to center ice. Well, Sonny, these games between Providence and Merrimack over the last several years, a lot of them have been real tight, some rock fights, as Duhaime takes it deep and Pantano holds the post.
Well, these are the types of games where you just have to stick to the basics, play to your game, and make sure that you're taking care of the puck when it's on your stick, that you're controlling as much as you can within the game, that you're making those nice, hard, crisp passes out of the zone. That's one area of emphasis that I think Coach Lehman's going to focus on in these first 5 minutes, is making sure that we're taking care of the puck defensively. Mike, you mentioned a short bench for the Friars on the defense. It will be important that they're not creating any extra work and that they're, like I said, they're taking care of that puck.
Oh, we get a whistle, and Duhaime's going to pick up the game's first penalty. Interference, the call. And Brandon will head to the box, and Merrimack will head to the power play. Their power play on the year, almost 19%. 9 goals, 48 attempts. Friars' penalty kill has been outstanding. They are a perfect 27 for 27 against Hockey East opponents. It is at 90.6%, and that is 5th best in the country.
And the penalty kill just comes down to pure discipline, and that's exactly why the Friars have seen so much success on the penalty kill.
Warriors win the draw, look to set up. First power play of the game in the slot shot here. Save, rebound, score. Power play goal for Merrimack, and they take a 1-0 lead. That's going to be Ludwig Larson. Rebound, his 2nd goal of the year, and the Warriors jump out on top.
Well, Mike, we talk about taking care of the puck, doing the little things, and this was an example of Merrimack doing just that, realizing they have numbers going to the net. You see a nice give and go down to the corner. Ludwig Larson looking to receive that puck back on his stick. That was a nice power play goal, well executed.
Now Merrimack strikes with the man advantage, and they have a 1-0 lead. Up the wall, and the Warriors quickly offensive end. Babcock canceled there on a good shoulder check by Spencer Young. Puck in deep. Warriors throw it toward the front of the net. The shot blocked to the corner. And now wrapped around, trying to fight through that was Alfred Larson. And the Friars will work it up through center ice. Friars get the red line, send it in deep. Eric Foley will pursue. Kovacevic in the corner. Sidestep to check, and the Warriors swing it to center ice. Unable to get it was Drevich. He'll drill it in. On the wall, Logan Kuhn's shot kicked out by Hockey. Mirages, some difficulties in the corner, able to play it ahead to Duhaime. Now Foley tries to go cross ice and will dump it in. Henning gets an assist. And a 1-0 Merrimack lead, 10th power play goal of the year for them. Warriors come back up ice, shot blocked. Friars look to transition. Here's Duhaime pushing it in. Greg Prince going after it, but the Warriors will snap it around. And they'll quickly move it out of their own zone. Tate collided with the Warrior, who went down, no call. Sammy Tavernier in deep, puck comes to the point. Warriors keep in. Here's Titcomb, quick shot saved by Hockey. The rebound tied up in the circle. And the Warriors right now, Sonny, beating the Friars to loose pucks.
Well, they're moving the puck well. The Friars need to keep their head on a swivel. Look out for those open players. Merrimack doing a nice job of keeping their feet moving, finding those open areas, and really making the Friars work to maintain their defensive zone coverage.
It's a good shift following a goal by the Warriors. Providence able to sweep it to center ice. Tate in the middle. O'Neal couldn't get the puck in deep. Friars get some fresh legs out there. Hennessy. Warriors get it in. A Friar fell down. That was Bryson. Might have got tied up with one of the linesmen. Kavanaugh and Young trying to work the puck in the corner. We got 3 players all jammed up along the wall. No whistle as of yet, though. Now the puck comes free. And Kavanaugh can't control. Good job by the Warriors keeping Providence end up. Centering feed deflects. Back to the point. Shot here by Dockery goes wide. And finally Providence controls and looks to move up ice, but Hennessy couldn't handle the pass.
Well, Merrimack doing a nice job of winning those loose puck races. They've been first to the puck, Mike, and they have not wasted any time in moving that puck up the ice.
Hennessy will toss it in deep. Conway in there as well, but Merrimack quickly controls and moves out of their own zone. Tibbet, headman's Babcock. Over the line, long wrist shot, save. Hockey the rebound dangerously at the top of the crease. And Providence able to get a stick on it and skate it out of there. That was Josh Wilkins. But right now, Merrimack outplaying Providence, getting a lot of pucks in deep.
And Michael Babcock just having a great shift there, getting those pucks low to the net, forcing Hockey to maintain those rebounds.
Well, we got a penalty in deep. We're going to step aside, be back with a Providence power play. Friars down by a goal. Long blocks there, Larson. That's Alfred Larson in the box. Providence going on the power play, and good time for it, Sonny, as the Friars really, last 3 or so minutes, Merrimack's had the advantage.
Well, ever since Merrimack got that first goal, they've really been on their heels. And here we'll take a look at the penalty. If you look down low in the corner, you're going to see a few players get tied up there, and Hayden Hockey seeing quite a bit of action in this first period.
Merrimack wins the face-off. They send it all the way down. And Bryson will start it back up for the Friars. Headman center ice. Wilkins couldn't contain, and it's dumped back down. This Merrimack team in the penalty kill, they're struggling a bit early. It's 70%. Rink wide feed, that's a good stick. Wilkins plays it in deep. Titcomb first man to it. And the Warriors play it up, not out. Kept in Bryson. Friars trying to set up here. Along the wall to Foley. Eric leaves Wilkins. Back to Foley. Get Pino in the high slot. Wilkins out of the corner. Got a Friar in front. Down low. Foley tried to tuck it in. Puck comes to Pino. Bryson works it around. Now Wilkins quick to Foley. Eric out of the corner. Along the wall in the middle, knocked away, good stick. Foley keeps it in and then sweeps it out to center ice.
And Friars with some good puck possession there, but Merrimack really doing an excellent job of keeping the Friars to the outside. There's sticks in the passing lane. We didn't see the Friars really get many scoring opportunities, yet alone even shots off. When we saw the Friars against UMass and their 5 power play goals, they were just getting everything to the net. So this is a little bit different of a look that we're seeing from the Friars tonight on the power play.
Well, one of the things Nate Lehman said, you'll see our chat with Nate in our first intermission about the power play. Not only did the Friars get pucks to the net, they did a good job getting traffic in front. And the second unit out there for the Friars. Here's Bjorkquist with speed. Casper has it knocked off his stick. And the Warriors bank it all the way down. Kemal Suku Moran will get it. You got Young and Mirages. Suku Moran, Bjorkquist, Conway up front for the Friars. Mirages over the line, sends it in deep. Kovacevic over there as well. Friars unable to get a clean pass back, and Merrimack whips it all the way back to the Friars zone. That's a good start for the Warriors on the road. Here's Bjorkquist. He's in deep, only yellow jerseys around him. Swings it around, penalties up. Back to 5-on-5. Tate unable to keep it in. Baum back into his own end. Friars get it in from the red line. Well, if I'm Mark Dennehy, Sonny, I'm happy with the way this first period's gone so far for Merrimack.
Well, Merrimack really has come out flying, playing with a nice amount of intensity and winning every single battle, Mike, whether it's a battle in the corner, a face-off battle, they are winning those loose puck races.
Loose puck in front, Pantano. That was a shot up high by Tate. Made the save, kind of got twisted around. So we're inside 8 minutes to go in the first. Ludwig Larsson's power play goal, the only tally thus far. Here's Hennessy, gets stood up by Titcomb right at the blue line. Jared Colquist. Up the wall, Hennessy cut it off, couldn't keep it in. Bryson through the neutral zone. Suku Moran played it in. Titcomb able to knock it down, and the Warriors through center ice. Here's Drevich. Drop pass. Coombs couldn't get a shot off. Able to maintain the puck. They come back to the point. Colquist, that drive. Sticked aside by Hayden Hockey. Back to Colquist again, settles it. Wrist shot is blocked as Kavanaugh went down to block that. A little shaken up, but Shane will head over and go to the bench. Suku Moran along wrister goes wide. Hennessy on the forecheck. Duhaime just on the ice. Able to work it back to the point. Shot gloved and held onto by Pantano. We'll take a break. 1-0 Merrimack late in period one.
What was the Larson penalty for?
I'm going to guess interference. I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either.
I didn't see it.
I actually thought it was going to be on PC.
It's dance time. Let me see your best dance moves.
Each team's had a power play. Merrimack scored on its man advantage, and that's the difference in the game right now. You see the time remaining in period number one. Pino's line out there for the Friars. Larson, Henning, and McBride the answer for Merrimack. See the Warriors with new uniforms this year. That is the school seal on the front of these jerseys. This is one of the sharper uniforms in the league when they go with the yellow. Puck worked around and kept in by the Friars. Pino, nice pass down low, but Duhaime couldn't get a shot off. Foley tried to get to the front of the net, couldn't get to it. And the Warriors back. Henning, cross-ice feed. That shot handled by Hockey. Shots, if the scoreboard are right, 8-7. Advantage for Merrimack. Trying to catch Providence in a line change. Here's Henning. Couldn't get the shot off cleanly. Works it down low, right to the net. Nice stop by Hayden Hockey.
And Cini there, Mike, had a clear shot to the net. Friars got to do a better job of boxing out, making sure that they're not allowing forwards to attack Hockey in that manner.
Now the Friars have not been the aggressor since Merrimack scored. And Bjorkquist will just slowly send it into the offensive zone. Wilkins and Conway up on the forecheck. I alluded to it that a lot of times Merrimack Providence, low scoring, tight game. More recently, it's been that type of game up at Merrimack. Mentioned the Friars 5-0-2 in their last 7 here against the Warriors. Tonight is the 129th all-time meeting. Friars 85 wins, 32 from Merrimack, and 11 ties between these two schools. Merrimack, they've only won 15 games in this building in their history. And the Warriors will break it out through center ice. Tibbett chips into the corner. Truman Reed runs him into the boards.
And great effort by Tibbett there to make sure he was the first one in that corner to fish out that puck.
Warriors going to keep the puck in. Long wrist shot is blocked. Jeff Baum on the puck for Providence. Up, not out. Once again, Warriors keep it in. Titcomb. Shot well wide the carom. Up the boards, but swept in by Alfred Larson. Now Providence will just clear it. Back into the Merrimack zone. Friars get the Hennessy line out there. Merrimack over the line. Shot gloved and held onto by Hayden Hockey. We'll step aside. Warriors have the lead. Well, look there at Nate Lehman in the Friar bench. One of the things he told me before the game is his team, Sonny, has lacked consistency game to game, and you could certainly make that point. As well as they played last Saturday night, it's been a grind so far here tonight.
Yeah, and you'll hear him say that this is a team that just needs to mature and is still a young team and finding its identity, but really their struggle has been able to find a way to string 60 minutes of solid hockey together. You see them turn up the heat later on in the game when it's dire straits, but this is a team that's going to need to be able to play 60 minutes solid if they want to see some success later on in the season, especially in the hockey's playoffs.
On the flip side, Merrimack came in 1-3 in the league. A big hit there. We got a penalty coming up against Providence. And that's going to be a high hit. That might be a contact to the head hit. And we're going to see if this is going to be a minor or if this might be a major. And the injured Merrimack player, that's Logan Coombs, sophomore out of Northville, Michigan. Here's another look at the hit. It's Suku Moran who came up high. And it'll be interesting to see if that's going to be an elbow, and they're going to discuss it here. That might be a 5-minute and the gate for VMAL, depending, as they continue to attend to Logan Coombs. And Sonny, that's one of the type of hits that they're trying to get out of the college game, is the up high contact to the head.
Well, and you see VMAL Suku Moran kind of come out of nowhere, and really there were no eyes from the Merrimack player to be able to even see that hit coming, to be able to protect himself. For Vimal, you know, a better approach probably would have been to help hang back, play his angles, and help guide that player outside to those boards.
The referees are continuing to have a conversation just to the left of the penalty box. And Vimal stood up, had something to say. We'll get a drink. But long discussion here on whether this is going to be a minor or whether or not it'll be more than 2 minutes. Right now, they put 2 minutes on the board.
And Mike, for the officials, this kind of call sets the tone for the remainder of the game as well. This could be indicative of something where the play gets out of control. The players start realizing they can really push the limit, push the envelope, and play a bit chippy.
So it will be a 2-minute minor penalty. And now Nate Lehman having a discussion there with Jamie Koharski, son of former NHL referee Don Koharski. And that's going to be a 5-minute, and he's gone. And I really thought, originally seeing it, that would be the call. And Suku Moran to the box. Friars are going to be down and forward for the rest of the game. And Merrimack's got a great opportunity here. A 5-minute power play. Nate Lehman not happy with the call.
But again, looking at that hit, Mike Coombs really, he had no way of seeing that hit was even coming. And it wasn't a matter of him having his head up, head down. Again, Suku Moran coming out from an angle. Take a look at Coombs. He sees his defenseman coming, but doesn't see Suku Moran coming from the side there. He has his eyes there, thinking that it's Spencer Young that he has to tend with.
You know, you watch that again, it almost looks like the contact is more in the chest of Coombs, watching it that second time from that angle. So this is a big part of this hockey game. Merrimack a 1-0 lead, and they're going on a 5-minute power play. And a chance to add to the lead, and for Providence, it's a chance to grab some momentum back. We just talked about how good the penalty kill has been, and they're going to need to earn this one as they're able to clear it up but not out. Well, the Warriors set up. This is Tavernier, pass off a skate, kept in. Colquist down low, a backhander, pushed wide. So the Friars are going to be short of forward the rest of the game. That shot blocked as Mirage's got a piece of it. Warriors keep it in. Henning goes across. Nice stick there by Pino, and he'll clear all the way down.
And Pino doing a great job keeping his stick in a passing lane. And we've seen Merrimack on 5-5, even strength, really just waltz in on hockey. So especially here in the penalty kill, it's going to be incredibly important for this penalty kill to box out, make sure that hockey has his eyes at all times.
Tate lost an edge trying to get to the puck, can't clear. Ryan's second effort, and he'll bang it out to center ice. Warriors will need to clear the zone. They're going to get some fresh legs out there. Irvine. Carl is out there, Alex Carl. Younger brother of Matt Carl, plays in the NHL with Tampa Bay. Had another brother recruited to play hockey at Denver. Unable to play due to a heart condition. Puck in deep. Friars get to it. They clear it up, not out. Carl, shot blocked, and trying to move with the puck. Kavanaugh knocked down, no call. I think he leaned in a little bit trying to get a call. And now Kavanaugh, Hennessy rather, throws the body around. In deep, Irvine. Trying to center, knocked away. Young pushing it up the wall, and he'll start out for the Friars. Spencer Young will get it deep. Providence, they've taken almost 2 minutes off this 5-minute major.
And nice job there, Spencer Young, skating with the puck, realizing he has a little bit more time and space to contend with rather than just firing that puck away. That's a great way to start just ticking time off of this clock.
See the time remaining in the period and on the power play. Merrimack with a power play goal to take the 1-0 lead. Comes around, the Warriors looking to set up. Out of the corner, centering feed and fanning on the shot. Friars unable to clear, and on a second effort they do. Tate and O'Neill out there up front. As we approach 1:10 to go, first period. Colquist snaps it in, O'Neill with Cini on him, gave it away, centering feed, down low. They work it back, and that shot deflects over the net. Tavernier, we're inside a minute to go in the first. Sammy Tavernier in the slot, Henning, a cross pass looking for Larson. He's got the goal. Cini harassed in the circle. Now he gets it to Henning, a shot, nice glove save, in traffic by Hockey.
And Jace Hennig there, Mike, just putting himself in the most opportune place on the ice, right there in that slot. He was doing an excellent job of making himself available for this pass. I think he had 3 separate shots on this power play alone, but you'll see him, he's hanging out, not receiving much pressure from the Friars. Friars really making it easy and giving him all the time he needs to be able to tee up that shot.
Offensive zone face-off here for Merrimack. Petty getting to set to take it. Taking a look at the clock, I don't know if they're looking to add some time to it. Yeah, they add 2 seconds to it. And the puck loose, Merrimack controls, keeps in. This is Carl through a screen, good stick by Providence. Baum able to knock it away. Now down low, a backhander, nice stop Hockey as he got to that post. Warriors, 30 seconds to go. Hockey with the save, still loose, dives out, still no whistle. Finally comes the whistle with 25 seconds to go in the period.
And Merrimack, even with pressure on, able to handle that puck through traffic. We saw Tyler Irvine there use some nice stick work in order to get that puck towards Hockey. Hockey was down, and Merrimack continuing to put pressure on there. Providence struggling to push those forwards out of Hockey's line of sight.
So 25 seconds to go in the period. Friars just trying to get to the intermission, refocus, and Merrimack unable to keep in. That's a big face-off win for the Friars late in the period. Tavernier works it back into his own zone. This is Colquist. He'll just golf it into the corner. Bryson under 10 seconds to go. Tied up down low. Davis worked it free, comes top of the circle. Shot, nice save. Hockey, loose puck. They score, but it's after the whistle as the horn sounded.
And that would have been Jace Hennig again. Like I said, Mike, finding those open areas, making himself available to finish those plays.
Well, still a minute 12 to go on Merrimack's major power play. Good opening period for them, not so much for the Friars. They're going to take a look at it, but you see the 0 there well before the puck crossed the goal line. We'll step aside, 1-0 Merrimack after 1. That's fine. I'll try as close as I can.
All right, so you're going to count out.
Yep. 2, 1. Back inside Schneider Arena, Merrimack has a 1-0 lead. Prior to the game, had a chance to sit down with Friar head coach Nate Lehman. Last time out, pretty emotional night here last Saturday night. Can you sum up just your impression and how happy you were with your team's performance, just given everything else into that game?
Yeah, I thought they came out with a good effort. I mean, you know, part of it was obviously Drew Brown. A big part of it was Drew Brown, but also, I mean, the game we had before the night, the Thursday before that was not a good effort, and so I think we came out with a good effort. But you know, as I mentioned to the team this week, I mean, that's kind of been us. I think we're a little immature as a group. I think when we have a good effort, we haven't come back with great efforts the next night. We think it's just going to be easy, and so that was a little bit of the challenge to the guys this week. Is that what type of effort are we going to come out with? It's time for us to make a push, and we got to come out with some much better efforts.
Can you look at a positive that a lot of your upperclassmen led the way on Saturday night?
Yeah, I mean, it was nice for Scott to get a goal. It was nice for Brian to get a couple goals. Yeah, I mean, the only guy that really didn't score was Wilkie, you know, and we'll save that maybe for tonight. But it was nice to see those guys get on the score sheet. I think it's funny. I think when you come back for your senior year, you press a little bit, and maybe they weren't thinking about scoring. Maybe they're thinking about just playing hard for Drew, and that's why they scored.
Yeah, 5 power play goals. You had been saying earlier in the year we need to shoot the puck more. Can you point to just that, or was there something you were doing different Saturday?
Well, we got traffic and we got shots, and I thought we controlled the pace a little bit better also. We moved Brian up top instead of down low around the net, and I think that might have helped things also, because now we got 2 guys on the flanks that can play on their forehand, and I think we were trying to have a guy, kind of play maybe not on their forehand and not see the ice as well, and it wasn't working out.
Ben Mirages has 4 power play goals, all on wrist shots. Is this something he's doing on his own, or is it the coaches making sure to get it to the net? Because he's done a good job at getting the puck to the net.
He likes to get it to the net, and when he does, he elevates it. You know, I mean, I think part of that is all Ben, but I think also is we have good screens on those goals, and you know, if you can get good traffic, those pucks can find a way to get in the net. But you know, for whatever reason, we've had times where there's no one around the net, or we just don't have the goaltender's eyes. So it's kind of a dual thing. I think Benny's got a good release from there. I think Jacob Bryson's got a real good release from there. But you got to make sure you have the goaltender's eyes.
Finally, about 30 seconds. Merrimack is always a tough game for you guys. What are a couple of keys tonight?
Well, I mean, we're shorthanded on D. I think that we got to make the game as easy as possible on our D. We got to stay out of the box. We have to make sure our forwards are dictating a lot of the game tonight with the pace and their work ethic, because if it's a hard night on our D, it's going to be a tough night for us.
Best of luck.
Thanks, Mike.
The Friars down 1-0. We'll take a break. Sonny and I will take a look at first period highlights coming up next on Your View. Well, back inside Schneider Arena, Merrimack has a 1-0 lead. Mike Logan, Sonny Watrous, thanks for staying with us. Good opening period for Merrimack, Sonny, as we take a look at the highlights. They got going on the power play and never looked back.
Well, Duhame takes an interference penalty. Merrimack goes on the power play. Ludwig Larson, a give and go in the corner to Hennig. Brett Sini will also get an assist on this goal. Power play goal for Merrimack to give them a 1-0 lead coming out of the first period. Friars really struggling to get any momentum here and not doing themselves any favors. Vimal Sukumaran takes a contact to the head penalty here to find his way out of the game. The Friars have a 5-minute penalty to kill off. They're going to come back to the second period with some time left on that penalty to kill.
Friars only 14 shot attempts in the first. We'll step aside, be back in a moment. Is John home or is he working? Warriors have themselves a 1-0 lead at the end of 20 minutes back inside Schneider Arena. Taking a look at the first period stats, and all Merrimack advantage goals, shots, and power plays, and they really played a good opening 20 minutes in this game, and they'll have still over a minute to go on that 5-minute major, Sonny, to Vimal Sukumaran.
Well, Merrimack really just taking care of the pucks, keeping a simple game, especially important on the road. Friars have a lot of work heading into the second period.
Well, busy night in league play. You see Vermont, they have a lead on the road at Northeastern. UNH leading BC. BU up at Maine, they're tied midway through the first. And UMass Lowell getting the jump on UConn, so some valuable points on the line here this weekend.
Well, and at this point in the season, you're really just trying to find your pace, find a rhythm, and pick up some of those extra points that could really help you out, whether it's getting a more favorable playoff spot or whether it's just getting into the playoffs for some of these teams.
Oh, that's why it's an important weekend for Providence. We showed you these standings at the top of the broadcast. Friars in the middle of the pack, Merrimack in the basement right now coming in as we take a look at the rankings. You see Providence 10th. They are the highest placing Hockey East team, but look at that, 10, 11, and 12. You got Hockey East with Providence, UNH, and Northeastern.
Well, and you've seen Providence float up and down over the past few weeks, and for the Friars, they need to really just not pay attention to the rankings at this point and just focus on taking this one game at a time.
Well, you see the NCHC with the top 3 teams in the country. Denver, the defending national champ. St. Cloud State, North Dakota. Good mix, though. You got Minnesota State out of the WCHA. Clarkson and Cornell out of the ECAC in the top 10. And obviously, you got a long way to go but you get some pretty good balance to start the year as far as leagues go.
Sure. And again, for the Friars, making sure that they finish out this first half of the season, having done everything that they can possibly do to put themselves in the strongest position to have a solid second half of the season.
Well, the first matter of business is the teams come back out on the ice for the Friars, Sonny, kill the remaining 114 off. However, your bench is now short one forward, and that's going to dictate as the game goes on how Nate Lehman runs his bench.
When you look at the game that Merrimack's been playing, they've just been taking care of the puck, keeping things simple, making the easy plays. And the Friars, quite frankly, need to adopt a similar style, especially having a shorter bench. They're short on defense. To your point, short on forwards. Shifts are going to have to be incredibly short. And when they have the puck, just making the smart and simple play. The play will move that much quicker for the Friars when they're creating an easier game for them to manage.
You see Koharski talking to Nate Lehman there prior to the start of the period. If you're just joining us, Friars are without Vinny Desharnais tonight. Also no Jake Rysick. So Truman Reed getting the start. That's Greg Prince, the freshman, sitting in there to serve. The penalty on Vimal Suku-Moran, who got a game misconduct. That's different than a disqualification. A disqualification means the player sits the next game. A game misconduct just means you're out for that game. So we'll see if we get a different Providence team to start this second period. As we alluded to, Mark Dennehy's got to be happy with the opening 20 minutes for his team. But I know they would love to cash in here with just over a minute remaining on the major as the second period's underway. Pantano out to stop with Pino in on the forecheck. Opening minute, Colquist ahead, swept around, a turnover by the Warriors. And now Larson plays in. Young gets it, turns it, spins it up. Colquist stopped, but had to wait for Larson to clear the zone. And nice play, Mirages caught that puck, dropped it, and cleared.
A nice hand-eye coordination by Mirages, but don't let that play fool you, Mike. That hurts when you reach out and grab a puck like that.
Yeah, not as much padding on the inside of the gloves.
No, you immediately regret putting your hand out there to catch that puck.
Here's Bryson with a good stick, turns his net, and sends it back to the Merrimack zone. 20 seconds to go on the power play as we are just about a minute into this second period. Ludwig Larson with the lone goal, and that puck cleared by Biega. Mark Biega's three older brothers all played hockey at Harvard. So a very academic family and athletic family. So back to 5-on-5. Here's the trailer in, and Drevich missed the net. Prince just out of the box. Couldn't sweep it out to center ice, and Merrimack keeps it in.
You saw Drevich taking his time. He was looking to pick that top corner up, but that puck went just wide of the net.
Young, it's a bomb. Didn't get much on that. And once again, Merrimack doing a good job keeping the Friars in their zone along the wall. That's going to be an icing against Providence College.
Well, the Friars should feel good about killing off this 5-minute penalty. It takes an incredible amount of energy, and it really starts to burn through some of that energy that you're going to need for later in the game. Again, be important for the Friars now to start dictating the pace, keeping it simple play, making it easier on themselves.
A lot of times, Sonny, you'll see a team kill a 5-minute major. They get momentum and then wind up scoring. Kovacevic almost turned it over at the blue line. Good recovery. Puck up the wall. Warriors have done a good job along the board, especially in the Providence end. Prince banked it up, not out. That shot wide of the mark. But look at Merrimack getting the loose pucks. And Dockery unable to keep in at the point.
And Mike, that's exactly how you want to look at the game, how you want to manage the game, is breaking it into the different piece parts and recognizing some of the smaller victories that you can build some confidence off of heading into the next aspect of the game.
Wilkins and Bjorkquist on the forecheck. Now Wilkins knocks it into the offensive end. Josh forced in wide. Bjorkquist in to help out. Threw it out front, but we got two guys wearing yellow sweaters out there to take the puck away. Larson, offensive zone, down low to Henning, and couldn't get the shot off, collided as Hayden Hockey came out at the top of his crease.
And Jace Hennick has been an incredibly strong two-way player for Merrimack. You see him instrumental in setting up that breakout and then just like a bolt of lightning have a nice scoring opportunity.
And Hockey will catch and hold that wrist shot.
Again, Jace Hennick, this play originates back in the defensive zone, but Jace Hennick, again, taking just maybe one extra stick handle in front of Hockey. Might have had a bit more success if he would have been able to take that shot a little bit earlier, try to play off his own rebound, but we're seeing Jace Hennick in just every aspect of this game tonight.
So the Friars, in essence, a three-line team where they'll spot the other two off the fourth line with no Supu Moran, and that's Kavanaugh and Hennessy. Of course, Robbie Hennessy can center, he can take face-offs. He's playing wing most of the time this year, but Nate Lehman likes to have a second center on the line if he can, and that's the case with Hennessy. Warriors break through center ice. Here's Petty. He'll push off the wall in deep by Bryson. Davis over to help out. Well, once again, the Warriors doing good work along the walls, getting some cycles going. Duhaime hard into the boards. And we get a whistle, hand pass against Providence. Face-off stays in the Friars zone. With their Tommy Davis, graduate transfer from Princeton. Now you have two little ones at home. Imagine still being in college, being married with two kids, and that's what Tommy Davis is.
Yeah, it's quite unreal.
I couldn't take care of myself at 21. Tommy's 24, but of course his wife, former athlete at Princeton as well. And he has been a great addition to this Providence team, both in the locker room and on the ice, and that's another icing against the Friars. But you know, we talk about student athletes and what they juggle, and then you add to that the responsibilities of being a husband and being a father.
It's exhausting. Amazing. It's incredible that anybody can keep that many, balls up in the air to juggle, and yet alone have enough energy to come and play at the D1 level. It's not just, showing up one or two nights a week. It is a full-time job coming in and training and contributing to the team in that way. So you have your team here at the rink, and then you have your team at home that have probably more responsibilities to contend with.
Absolutely. Davis playing his 108th career game tonight, 11th in a Friar uniform. There's a look at Tommy. And he has added some consistency to this defensive core. You knew with the loss of Monk and McKenzie and Florentino, you were not going to be as veteran-laden back there, but he helps with it, that's for sure. And the Friars able to get it out to center ice. Merrimack, though, not allowing them to get speed through the neutral zones. We're 4 minutes into the second, and the Warriors a 1-0 lead. Kavanaugh reached, couldn't control the puck. Now Tate in deep. Ryan knocked down to the ice. Kavanaugh in there helping out as well. But the Warriors get the puck and just golf it in the air to the Friar blue line. Baum played it up. Merrimack back over the line. The Warriors in, loose puck. Rolled in on Hockey, made the save. Baum tied up, trying to come up the wall. Once again, though, the Warriors winning those little battles along the boards in the Providence end. Carl carries offensive end. Nice stop, waits for reinforcements. Going to leave it for Babcock. Michael Babcock gets it back on the forehand. Out to Carl, quick shot. That's blocked. And Baum off the wall to Kavanaugh. And the Friars get it out, but once again, Merrimack with 2-3 players right through the neutral zone. Here's Babcock, centering feed, save Hockey. Loose puck. Spencer Young up and just out. Now Wilkins plays it back.
And you can see Merrimack's neutral zone play has just really been spot on. They're effectively stopping that play from going past the red line, pinning that puck back in the zone, and just tiring these Friars legs out there. The Friars unable to really get fresh new legs out there.
Certainly looks like a different team than we saw Saturday night.
Take a look at like a defenseman like Baum. I'm looking at the clock here. He's a defenseman that's going on almost a 2-3 minute shift now.
Puck rolled back. Kovacevic will get it for Merrimack. But from a Warriors standpoint, it's the type of road game you want to play. Here's Henning and his shot. Blocked to the corner, and Merrimack right on the puck. They're winning all the battles to all the loose pucks. That puck played back to center ice. Now trying to break with it is Conway. Conway's going to walk in, and the shot goes over the net. Duhaime, front of the net. Bjorkquist holding to Duhaime, redirect and stopped by Pantano. First good offensive pressure Friars have had this period. Duhaime feeds the point and unable to keep in. Was Truman Reed. Reed turns it over. Larson, offensive zone, takes it wide, throws it on net. Save hockey, covers up, will step aside. Friars still down a goal in the second. Well, it's Vimal Sukumaran. Obviously, he'd rather still be in uniform and on the ice, but picking up that 5-minute major. And, you know, when it happened live speed, I thought it was going to be a 5-minute, and then having seen it a couple of other times, Sonny, you know, it looks like he did get the shoulder, a majority of it into the chest, but obviously we're watching replays and not live speed.
Right, and part of it, it might have to do, Mike, with the fact that it was really from the side and didn't afford the player a chance to even defend themselves from the hit. But Vimal Sukumaran, he has just been a great addition to this team. Really brings just a new level of intensity and tenacity, really, that his teammates start to model.
Another save for Hayden Hockey. And this is becoming one of those games where your goaltender's got to keep you in it. You see already 22 saves tonight, but you know he's holding Providence in the game with the hope that they'll get their offense going.
Well, and Hayden Hockey throughout the game just doing a better job of controlling those rebounds. In the beginning of the first period, Mike, we saw some of those rebounds go right in that open slot, right for the pickings.
Mirages gets it to Wilkins. Mirages in deep. Puck went right through the legs of a Friar. And Merrimack will regroup in their own zone. On the shot a moment ago, you saw the Friar fanatics on the wall up behind Hayden Hockey. And you saw the number 7, which was put up there last weekend, still up there. And a tough week. Drew Brown's funeral was Tuesday. Nate Lehman did the eulogy. And, you know, he was saying to us before the game, just the way the last week plus has gone, he was saying to us, today is like the first time he looked at the itinerary for Ireland just due to the, you know, the way things have been over the last week.
Right, and it's already a lot to focus on, just getting through week over week in a normal setting, in a normal season, and that just adds a completely, really almost unmanageable layer to some extent.
Friars with a line change, puck thrown deep. Hockey will play it up himself, trying to start the break. Here's Kavanaugh with Prinz. Kavanaugh takes it wide. Shane, shot, rolls in, loose puck out front. Pushed to the wall. Friars couldn't get to it, and it is played by Baum. Merrimack a break up ice. That shot blocked to the end boards by Truman Reed, and he's able to play it all the way back into the Merrimack zone. Ludwig Larson, the lone goal in this one, came in the first on the power play. Friars have had just one man advantage so far. Back to Davis through a screen. It is blocked down low, unable to get a shot off was Duham. Crowd wanted to call as he got knocked down. Here's Foley, comes to Davis, quick shot, save, Pantano, and holds on with Duham right at the top of the crease.
And the Friars with really their first offensive opportunity of the period, and even so, you see Merrimack doing a great job in their defensive zone coverage, man-on-man coverage here, making sure that there are no Friars with much time with the puck. You see Eric Foley trying to get some traction there, trying to get some distance from those defenders, but ultimately, again, Merrimack taking away time and space for the Friars.
Pantano, you see what he's done tonight. Mentioned he's got both wins for the Warriors this year. 5th straight start, 6-game overall. Warriors with another face-off win. They won 10 of the 15 face-offs in that first period. Cini, centering feed, comes back. One-timer and a right pad save by Hockey on the drive by Biega. Now it's pinched up over Biega's head off his helmet. Conway in a race. Biega wins that race and allows Merrimack to get it back into the Friars zone. Turned over, but again, Merrimack, they've got 2-3 guys right in the neutral zone, really cutting down the Friars' opportunity to move up ice with speed.
Well, that neutral zone play can really come into great use when you're on the road and able to just pin your opponent in the zone. And the Friars, in order to beat that type of neutral zone trap, they need to focus on making stick-to-stick passes. You see the Friars forcing that puck up the board instead of waiting for that winger to come streaking through for that tape-to-tape connection.
And Kavanaugh, the puck up off his stick and out of play. We'll take a break. Still Merrimack the lead halfway through. Well, we talked about a nice touch by Providence, putting Drew Brown's number 7 up on the wall here at Schneider. And we also talked at the top of the broadcast about Ben Mirages, who started the season wearing number 7, has switched to number 4. He'll wear that number the remainder of the season. So nice to see the school come together, Sonny. A couple of ways to remember a kid that obviously, you know, he wasn't one of your top players on the team, but he certainly was a very, as that's offside, was a very important part of that team. And you talk to a lot of guys from the 14-15 team, that national title team, and I think to a man they'll point to what an inspiration that Brown was for them.
Well, and he was just such a strong voice in that locker room. He was the type of teammate that you always hope that you get, and then you get that teammate, and it's even better than you thought it was going to be to have that type of teammate, that type of friend. And he was inspirational to them. He was a very motivational type player, and it's fitting to see his number here in Schneider Arena. He was truly a fixture for this team, and he'll continue to be a fixture for the team and a source of inspiration for not only this team but for this program going forward.
There's Casper Bjorkquist to Pino. You got Bjorkquist, Pino, and Duham. They feed it to Davis at the point. His shot off the leg of Bjorkquist. Casper worked it free, but stolen by Merrimack, and they'll dump. back in the Friars zone. No icing as Bryson gets it to Davis. Blue attire. Tommy back to his skates. 8.5 minutes to go in the second. Merrimack got a power play goal early in the first by Ludwig Larsson, and they have made it stand up to this point.
Well, the Friars, you look at the shots up until this point. Merrimack with 24 shots so far this period. Providence still only 12.
And again, the Warriors doing a good job just tying things up through the neutral zone. Here's Drevich. That shot off a leg blocked. Back to the point, Biega. He'll walk to the middle, hold, shoot, blocked. I think Prince got a part of that. Got a penalty coming up, and it's going to be a high stick. I believe it's going to be against Merrimack, and Providence going to go back on the power play. As going to the box, Logan Coombs. He's the guy that took the hit by Suku Moran. So Providence will get their second power play and a chance to tie the game.
And for the Friars here, they're really going to need to get some more pucks than at the Friars' first power play of the game. Doing a great job of playing the puck possession game, moving that puck around, but Merrimack not giving them those easy lanes to the net. So again, Friars really are going to need to start peppering Patano on this power play.
I got Wilkins, Foley, Pino, Bryson, and Duhame. Here's Bryson, now to Wilkins. Down low, Foley had to play it off the boards. Merrimack gets it, not out. Bryson keeps in. Across to Pino. Friars with a man advantage. Looking for the equalizer. They go to Foley. He'll come out high, turn, shoot. Pantano the save. Loose puck, top of the crease, still loose. And it is pushed in behind the net. Friars trying to get it back. They do. Here's Bryson to the net across. Unable to get the shot off was Pino. Bryson comes now to Wilkins. Shot, and that's over the net. Karam off the dasher to Pino. He'll feed deep Foley. Eric Bump, now they come to Wilkins. Out high, Bryson. That shot blocked out to center ice.
And Alfred Larson with a really important block there. Blocking that puck so it deflects out of the zone. But the Friars, they have a little bit more time here, Mike, at the top of those circles to really pick a nice shot.
There's Pino's drive, and that's blocked. Getting it around, back, and kept in by Young. Spencer holding, shooting, save Pantano. Tate on the puck. You got Tate, Bjorkquist right at the top of the crease. He's screened on several goals against UMass. Here's Conway. Tries to go out high now, Pino. Half minute to go on the power play. Pino to Conway. Down low, Bjorkquist. Tries to center, knocked away. Merrimack, good sticks on the penalty kill. Now out high, one-timer, save Pantano on Pino.
But Mike, you look at the Friars power play right now, and nobody's moving. Nobody's moving around, trying to find that open ice. They're passing the puck, expecting Merrimack to move, but the other players aren't making themselves available to create any on-man rushes going hard to the net.
Friars about to go 0 for 2, penalties up. Kavanaugh over the line, Shane holding, shooting, save Pantano. And Merrimack heads up ice. Less than 6 minutes to go in the second. Still a 1-0 Warrior lead. That long wrister is gloved and held on to. Merrimack the lead late in the second. last attempt, Sonny, for the Friars.
And this starts with a clean breakout, which is going to be so important for the Friars, getting that puck out of the zone on the first time. And Kavanaugh, you see him streaking up the ice, keeping those feet moving, putting himself in that opportune space as we've seen Merrimack do tonight. And you know, to be able to catch that winger going up the ice with speed, that's how you're going to start to generate more of those offensive opportunities that the Friars have been lacking up to this point.
Rogers on the puck for Providence. Friars need to get more time in the Merrimack zone and need some more offensive chances. Here's Prince over the line, but threw it right out of the zone to Vernier. Taps ahead, Brett Cini. Petty to the front of the net. Now he's on the puck out of the corner. Goes to Cini. Cini back up the wall. Kavanaugh chops at his man. Shane's knocked down. Merrimack keeps in. Cini drop pass. Shot saved. Hockey, and the puck cleared to center ice. Now Kavanaugh tried to break, collided with a Merrimack player. Warriors right back over the zone. Cini drop pass. Nice save, Hockey. Hayden's keeping Providence in this game. Henning knocked off the puck. Friars with room. Up ice, here comes Wilkins. Nice move, holding, shooting. Pantano the save, Duham. On the puck, pushes it back to the point. Friars keep it in, down low, shot saved. Hennessy let that go, Pantano. Once again, another nice stick save. Hennessy tied up, Larson kicks it free, in behind the net. Merrimack will get to it. Foley over the boards now, Conway to join him, and Tate. So you see Nate Lehman mixing his lines up as this period goes. Again, no Suku Moran out of the game after a 5-minute major penalty in the first. And Nate Lehman, we talked about it, Sonny needing to dictated how he was going to run his bench as the game went on.
Well, and as a player too, when you see those lines get shifted and you're going out there with new players, it's almost a wake-up call, like, oh, this is not good. If I'm getting thrown out here with different and new players, coach isn't happy, I need to really step up my game.
Friars get it to center ice. Once again, though, they're having a hard time through the neutral zone. That's going to be a penalty against Merrimack behind the play, slash, and Providence going to go on their third power play of the game.
Looks like Coombs is going back to the box for this Merrimack penalty.
Well, the Friars would love to revert back to the power play they had on Saturday night. Here's another look at the penalty. Pino, Foley, Duham, Wilkins, Bryson will be the unit to start it. Friars would love to get one late here in the period to tie things up. Bryson works hard to get it in deep, but the Warriors get to the puck. And they're airmail it all the way down.
Couldn't tell if you want to say Hail Mary or airmail it, Mike.
Oh, at this point, the Friars might need a Hail Mary the way this game is going.
Well, for Merrimack, the way their passes have been connecting, it could have very well been a Hail Mary pass for a breakaway.
Different game, but the Friars need some sort of break here. And the puck comes free. Providence will keep it in. Now they set up Pino. Bryson. Now to Wilkins. Josh holds, carries it deep, curls. Once again, though, the Friars not much movement. Now Bryson. Wilkins tees it up, and that's wide. Bryson cannot get to the carom, and Providence will need to clear.
And on the power play, you don't necessarily have to always be keeping your feet moving, finding the open.
And there the Friars score. Power play goal, Wilkins. We're brand new and shiny. Foley's the guy that brought it to the net. Wilkins there to pick up the trash. It's the fourth of the year for Wilkins, and we're tied at 1.
And Wilkins, take a look at Wilkins keeping his feet moving, going hard to the net, waiting for that puck. He sees it and is able to bury that rebound, giving the Friars a power play goal, tying this game up with just 2 minutes and 38 seconds left in this period.
Babcock's going to be frustrated with himself, Sonny. It looked like he had a chance to clear as we get another look. He was down low, so Wilkins from Foley. And it's a 1-1 game, and if a team ever needed a goal late in the period, it was Providence. Let's see now if they can take some of the momentum and continue to press Merrimack. So each team with a power play goal tonight. Larson for Merrimack and Wilkins for Providence. Here's Mirage's nice move. Long shot handle Pintano. O'Neal. Cycle now Bjorkquist. Pino also an assist, so Pino's 4th assist, 7th point. And he's now 10 shy of 100 for his career. Foley with his 4th assist, 8th point. And Wilkins, his 4th goal and 8th point. So we've got 90 seconds to go. Cini directs in. Hockey, who really is the reason Providence is tied in this game, as he kept them in it until the offense got going. Tossed in on the backhand by Bryson, bouncing puck in the corner. Duhaime goes hard after his man, Hennessy and Pino on the forecheck. Warriors move it up ice. Biega fans on the clear, but Duhaime couldn't get to it. Now that puck banged into the zone. Bryson looks over the shoulder. He is so composed and poised for a sophomore going back to retrieve pucks. That was one thing, Sonny, that Nate Lehman talked about in a story that Mark Diver had earlier this year in the Journal. That, you know, he approaches that more like a junior, senior, and he's just a sophomore.
Right, and some of that style of play comes with experience. So to see that style of play come through early on is really promising, not only for him as an individual player, but just for that style of play that this Friars defense need.
Tate and Foley into the forecheck, less than a half minute to go. Tate tried to come across to Young. Good work by Ryan Tate along the boards. Friars get the puck in the offensive zone. They get it in deep. O'Neal. 15 seconds to go in the period. O'Neal gets chopped. Penalty coming up against Merrimack. Carl's going to go. And the Friars are going to get a power play that if they don't score will carry to the 3rd. It's a cross check against Carl.
Well, and if anybody could really get an assist on that, I'm going to give that to Ryan Tate, actually, because Ryan Tate winning those battles along the boards, he did not give up. And this penalty really coming out a little bit of frustration, a little bit of just not keeping your feet moving and taking the easy way out to take that player out of the play.
Providence will start the power play, just a smidge under 10 seconds to go. Here's Bryson, walks to the middle, gets it to Wilkins, shot saved, rebound, a save on Pino. And the horn will sound, and Providence will still have 1:51 to go on the power play to start the 3rd period. Well, a very important goal by Wilkins, Sonny, because up to that point, Merrimack had really carried the play.
Well, and that goal certainly will be important for the Friars as they head into the locker room. It will give them just some new energy, a new breath. And now, Mike, the tables are turned. The Friars now will head into the 3rd period with the man advantage.
1-1 at the end of 40. We're back in a moment. Friars and the Warriors all even at a goal apiece, each with a power play marker. Early this week, Nick Rojas caught up with Friar forward Casper Bjorkquist.
Joined now by sophomore forward Casper Bjorkquist. Casper, off to such a great start at the beginning parts of the season. What were some of the differences between your freshman and sophomore years in terms of preparation for a new season?
Well, I think for the team, we had a lot of guys coming back. We knew a lot of the guys, and the freshmen were to a great start in the first games. And individually, I think I had a great summer working back home with my strength coach. And I also think that the first month worked really well. We didn't have a lot of injuries. And of course, the first game we got some injuries, but before that, the preseason worked really well. We didn't get any injuries there. So,
and that leads to a good start in the month of October. Now, going into the season, earlier in the summer, you had Pittsburgh Penguins development camp. What was that experience like for you?
It was an amazing experience. Just being able to be in Pittsburgh at the facilities, see all the people, and what a great organization it is, and also. It was great to play college hockey and then go in there because I got two Finnish friends who were there, and obviously we all got along pretty well with all the other guys. But for me, it was an advantage that I played college hockey, and I in that way I knew a lot of the players who were at the camp, and it showed what a great league college hockey is because I can't say the numbers, but the majority of the guys play college hockey, and it's no matter where you go. The first tournament, the first camp you have with your team, the first thing you start talking about is always about, oh, you played at that rink, oh, you played at that place, you played at that place, and that always happened in Finland, and I was always able to do that. When I got here, everybody was talking about USHL, and I couldn't do that my first year here, but now when I went into Pittsburgh, I was able, oh yeah, we played there, so it's just, I felt really good being there.
Well, it's great to see the college game kind of making its way over there to Pittsburgh, and they're a great organization. Speaking of great organizations, your team here had some success in the first month, launched the team into a national conversation there, getting some high rankings. How do you get the team to focus not so much on the outside attention you're getting, but focus on the guys in the locker room and just on hockey?
I think it's just about everyday stuff. You have to wake up and try to establish something new every day, make sure that you get better every day. It's not something obviously the stuff that comes online, people talk about it, people on campus tell you that you're doing a great job, stuff like that, but I still think our game needs to improve. We haven't had our best games yet, hopefully, and I think we've got some big wins, but we still haven't got that A game yet, so still waiting to get that. And also I think we've had some hard games and games that we've learned from, and hopefully we'll keep learning from mistakes and keep getting better.
Now, Casper, it can't always be about hockey for you. You have interests outside there. We were talking before. What's some of your interests besides hockey?
Well, my grandpa, who actually passed away earlier this year, he was a Hall of Famer back home in horse racing in chariot racing that we have back home. So that's obviously with my blood. It's part of me, and my roommates, they don't really like me when I finish horse racing blasts on full volume on Friday or Thursday night. But yeah, that's one thing that I like to watch.
Well, horse racing is an incredible sport. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And good luck the rest of the year.
Well, it's a 1-1 hockey game. We'll step aside. Sunday night, we'll have a look at the highlights coming up next. Welcome back to Schneider Arena. Got a good one going after 40 minutes. Friars and the Warriors tied 1-1. Mike Logan, Sunny Watchers with you. I think it's safe to say Merrimack controlled a large chunk of that second period, but a late penalty and the Friars took advantage.
Well, these types of opportunities don't come often in these tight games, and it was the power play goal set up by Eric Foley that gave the Friars a 1-1 score here. You see Eric Foley going hard into the zone, and it's going to be Josh Wilkins that hammers that puck home. Brian Pino will also get an assist on this play. Wilkins there to just pick up the trash on this one. But this is an important goal to really set the pace for the Friars for the rest of the game. More important, probably, though, is the fact that the Friars are now heading into the third period with a man advantage, thanks to the penalty taken there by Alex Carl.
And you see things have evened out a little bit each team with a power play going. I think Mike Babcock of Merrimack's going to be a little frustrated with himself. He had his stick on that puck, couldn't clear it. Wilkins banged it in the net. So 1-1 game at the end of 2. We'll take a break. Back to Schneider after this. Well, it's a 1-1 hockey game as we get set for the start of period number 3. This is one of several Hockey East games going on tonight. Some valuable points at stake. You see UMass Lowell up on UConn heading into the third. BU has scored to cut Maine's 2-goal lead down to 1. UNH, BC all even. And I think the surprise of the night, Sonny, has to be Vermont shutting out Northeastern at home through 2 periods.
Yeah, and just to keep it a tight 1-goal game is really important. That's going to give Vermont a lot of confidence here heading into the remainder of this weekend.
Oh, we saw the Catamounts towards the bottom of the Hockey East standings coming into this weekend. Another look at the USCHA poll. You see the Hockey East putting 4 teams in there, 3 in a row. And we talked about it last period. Good mix. You got some ECAC teams, obviously the NCHC top 3 teams, but you got Notre Dame and Minnesota out of Big Ten. There's a team from every conference except Atlantic Hockey in the top 10.
And then you see the Hockey East teams all clumped together there, 10 through 12. And, you know, I think that mirrors a lot of what happens in Hockey East. You see these teams, they're so close. Even a Merrimack, right? They're at the very bottom of the heap, but they are bringing a 1-goal game in and out of many nights.
So a look there as the Friar coaches make their way back. That's Scott Bork, Chris Mayotte, Ron Ralston, the volunteer assistant. He'll be part of the coaching staff for the United States team in Korea coming up in 2018. And you see Drew Brown's jersey hanging there. Well, these are the type of games, Sonny, it comes down to whichever teams battle harder for the final 20 minutes.
That, Mike, and taking advantage of those opportunities as they're put in front of you. You don't want to come out of this third period saying, oh, well, if only we would have capitalized on that one power play that we had. When you have opportunities like special teams in these close games, you have to cash out.
So Providence starting the period with the man advantage. Duhame with speed will punch it in deep. Merrimack's going to get to it first, though. Kovacevic, nice job using the end wall as he was double teamed, and Merrimack will just pop it the length of the ice. Voracek pushes it up the wall. Friars, Pino gets to it. Bryan assisted on the goal by Wilkins along with Foley. Gets it in deep, takes a hit, wrapped around the boards, nobody at the point. And it will be Larson breaking back shorthanded for Merrimack. Leaned on by Jacob Bryson. He works free of Bryson. Wraparound attempt, good job by Hockey, got to the post. But Merrimack's Alfred Larson, great work by himself, shorthanded. That's a wonderful shift there by Larson.
Well, and that's the type of play that you want to make when you're killing a penalty. You recognize that you have control of the puck and just let as much time wind away off of that penalty.
Here's Spencer Young, top of the point, works it down low, gets it back, good puck movement. That shot blocked, jammed at, saved as Bjorkquist in deep with Colquist. 20 seconds to go on the power play. Providence controls Mirages. Sneaks in. All 4 of Ben's goals this year have come with the man advantage. Warriors get that loose puck though, clear it up, and not out, miss. It slid out. Spencer Young, good effort to get over there, but the puck just slid off the stick outside the zone.
And those are the little battles, paying attention to the little things. You have to make those plays, but you take a look at the power play for the Friars. Merrimack really throwing 2-3 players into the corner, not afraid to keep the pressure on the Friars. Again, a little bit more, I'll say, game awareness or situational awareness, recognizing that they're outnumbered down low, but they are up a man. They have to throw that extra player in to win those battles.
Oh, good job on the penalty kill by Merrimack to start the third period. Man's out of the box, and we are back to even strength. Friars feed it in, and we get a whistle, and that's an offside. As they rule, Providence was in ahead of the play. Bobby Hennessy out there. So you got a Hennessy with Foley on the left, Duhame on the right, and Duhame will come in and take the face-off. Foley will kick the puck high in the air in the corner. Hennessy tried to cut in front of his man. Foley puts a body on it, but once again, the Warriors come away off a play along the boards. Hockey leaves there for Davis. Up but not out, kept in, shot blocked to the wall. Hennessy got a piece of that. Bryson in deep, centering feed all alone. Great stop by Hayden Hockey. That's his biggest save of the night, as Sammy Tavernier was left all by his lonesome at the top of the crease.
We see the Friars struggling to really stop this play. Earlier we saw Derek Petty waltz into the corner, come out with the puck uncontested.
Best save of the night by Hockey to keep this thing a 1-1 tie. Friars got to realize, Sonny, they got to play 5-on-5. You know, they get the power play goal, but they get back to even strength, and they kind of revert back to the way the game has gone.
And in order to be able to dictate the pace of the play, you have to take it one shift at a time. Focus on just making all the right plays that you can, and just start to chip away at the game.
Here's Carl in his own zone. Cross ice feed. And the Warriors back offensive end. Long one handled and held by Hayden Hockey. And he has been the story tonight for Providence. And here's another look.
You're going to see Tavernier just hanging out. He's waiting for that puck. Nobody putting pressure on him. Eric Foley, while he's not a defender, he could have been the one to recognize that Tavernier was open and pick him up. But again, not a lot of, I'll say, aggressive defense from the Friars tonight.
Here's a quick shot, and it's blocked. But again, Merrimack getting to all the loose pucks. They have certainly outbattled Providence a lot of tonight. And I think a pretty good lesson for a young team. Even though you're playing at home, it doesn't mean the team coming in, especially if they have struggled, they're just going to go away.
Sure, and I think that's what Coach Lehman is talking about when he talks about we need to become more mature as a team, is recognizing that we can't take any team for granted. You know, the Friars looking at a Merrimack that's at the bottom of Hockey East thinking it could potentially be an easy matchup, but there are no easy matchups in Hockey East.
Well, tomorrow night is certainly going to be tough. Merrimack is a different team at the Lawler rink. There's a turnover down low. Friars can't get to it, though. Conway was there. Now a loose puck, and that's hammered over the net by Hennessy. It was actually Jason O'Neill who overskated, but once again, Merrimack heads up ice. 4.5 minutes into this third period, 1-1 hockey game. Bryson pinned to the wall. Davis pushing to Hennessy. Nice job. Outlet to O'Neill. Headman's Tate. Boy, they gave him the red line. He was not there, but he played it in. Merrimack again, clean break through center ice. That's going to be an offside if they move in. Providence the other way. Here's Duham 1-on-3. Tries to break the defense, did, and then shot it over the net. Duham able to get that shot off. Conway's wrister goes wide.
A nice puck control there. Fancy stick work in order to create a nice opportunity there for Duham.
Merrimack back, offensive end. Taking it wide, drop pass through Tavernier. Maega keeps it in. Cini walked down the slot, shot is blocked. Another good chance for Merrimack. Friars got to tighten things up.
And Tavernier again opened at that back door.
Nice job by Wilkins. Getting it to Conway, leaves the cycle to Foley. Trying to go back to Wilkins, now Conway. Back to the point, kept in off the boards. Friars, though, can't get a shot off. Merrimack, good job keeping them wide. Viega works it ahead. This is Cini, long wrist shot, gloved. And Hayden Hockey's going to hold on. And we are going to take a break in a 1-1 game in the third. Brandon Duham with an excellent opportunity a moment ago. Look there at the Friar bench. As Pino and the team. Hayden Hockey, a look there. And he, Sonny, is a big reason why the Friars are tied in this game.
Well, he has come up big. He's made some huge saves, and he's done a great job, Mike, of maintaining his composure. He has been under tremendous pressure tonight and hasn't had a lot of help in front of him. We've seen quite a few Merrimack players really with a lot of time and space to go in against Hockey.
Foley cross ice off the wall. Wilkins couldn't push it ahead. It winds up over the glass and out of play. Fan going over and picking up the puck. So Pino, Foley, and Wilkins have been reunited here for this shift. Bryson, he gets hit hard. That's offside. And Titcomb with a big hit on Bryson as he entered the zone.
You see a lot of play stoppages here, Mike. For the Friars, they're just trying to get some momentum going, and a lot of these little plays that they don't make it easy to get a good rhythm going.
A lot of tight games in Hockey East. All the games are either tied or a one-goal game, with the exception of Lowell that has a two-goal lead. Ryan Tate just got hurt as he slowly comes off the bench, or to the bench. He was favoring his right knee as he came off the ice, so we'll keep an eye on that. Friars already down a forward, again with the penalty to Suku Moran in the first period. Duhaime, he's canceled out. Two Friars collide, and that leads to a Merrimack break the other way. But Henning was forced wide by Bryson. Good play by Jacob, realizing it was one-on-one.
And Bryson has been playing some incredibly solid defense tonight. You see him really managing those angles in a way that takes away his opponent's opportunity.
Well, once again, Merrimack all over the Friars in the Providence end. 7 minutes into this third period, Warriors certainly have had the better of the chances. And each team will change up. Bjorkquist out there on the forecheck for Providence. Warriors had a 5-minute power play at the end of the first, into the second, unable to score. Ludvig Larson has their goal, came in the power play. Josh Wilkins has the Friar goal, came in the power play. Kovacevic carries in, long wrister held by Hockey, and we get a whistle.
Well, in the second period, we saw Merrimack doing a nice job of controlling that neutral zone play. But here you're going to see Kovacevic, who we talked about in the open in the broadcast, how strong of a two-way player he is, and that the strength of his game is typically his offense and his ability to move that puck up the ice and his ability to have that puck find the back of the net.
Cini on the face-off for Merrimack. Loose and pushed to the wall by Hennessy. Young over there as well, Providence. Unable to get control of it. Again, Merrimack, nice work along the boards. Foley engaged with a couple of Warriors. And the puck pushed in deep. Cini against Mirages. Ben got a stick on it, swept it to the wall. Back to the point here. Holding, walking down the wall. A couple of players knocked around. They sent it in front, and it slides right through the crease. And the puck winds up out of play. But Merrimack taking it to the Friars once again.
Merrimack with great pressure, great puck possession, but the Friars on that play, Mike, doing a much better job of D-zone coverage. Merrimack has just really taken advantage of the open ice here, and you see now the Friars doing a better job of recognizing when there are open players, picking up sticks. But ultimately, Mike, it's been Merrimack that has really taken advantage of the time and space from a lack of pressure Friars putting on.
Well, Ryan Tate on that whistle just went out on the ice, skated about 3 feet, did a little spin back to the bench.
And Ryan Tate has really had a strong game tonight. He's just been one of the Friars that have been winning those battles in all aspects of the ice. So it would be an unfortunate loss for the Friars if he were unable to play the remainder of the game.
Peno fires it in. Wilkins gets a stick on it, knocked down. Merrimack, 3 men up ice. Warriors over the line, pushed to the wall. That's Alfred Larson. His shot is blocked away. Peno gets to the puck for Providence. Feeds it across. Here's Bryson with speed. Curled it, but the Friar was going to the bench, so Wilkins takes it. Throws it right across. Nobody there for the Friars, and Merrimack back up ice. Tibbett on the right wing. He'll curl back to the bench. That puck popped up over the net. Prince comes back to Bryson. 9+ minutes gone. Third period, 1-1 game. O'Neill will leave for Bryson. These two teams will go at it tomorrow night at Lawler Rink. Then the Friars will get on a plane Sunday night out of Hartford and head to Dublin, Ireland. They'll be in Dublin Monday and then bus to Belfast Tuesday with games against Maine Friday night and either Clarkson or RPI on Saturday. And then they return home, and it's a tough weekend Sunday to come back to as they have a home-and-home against UNH.
Yeah, it definitely will be a tough stretch of games here for the Friars, and it'll be important for them to make sure they're taking time to recover properly after these games. When you're playing these many games, these many road games for that matter, this is when you can become susceptible to injuries.
The Friars going to for their next 5 away from Schneider. And Kavanaugh off the wall, unable to keep in, and Merrimack with numbers up ice. Henning, extra move against Conway, plays it in. Hockey out of his net, ran some interference. And Providence trying to get it back into the Merrimack zone. They'll scoop it in. That's Tate, so that's good to see Ryan back there. Conway keeps in along the boards, back to the point, bomb shot. Tate got a piece of it, deflected it wide. Now down low, Tate gets wiped out behind the net, bomb. Able to keep in, now Conway with some room, and a backhander goes wide. Davis against Coombs. Conway puts a body on him. Now just on the ice, Wilkins a steal to the net, he's in, score! Josh Wilkins! And the Friars take a 2-1 lead. And we've got a penalty coming up against Merrimack. So Josh Wilkins, as he steals it, Sonny, and goes right to the net.
Well, you want to talk about taking advantage of opportunities when they're given to you. Josh Wilkins takes advantage of a turnover and walks the puck in, takes his time to make sure that he can just use his backhand to find that back of the net. This is an important goal for the Friars. Josh Wilkins with his 2nd goal of the game.
And Carl is going to the box as there was a penalty called right before the goal was scored. So Wilkins is 2nd of the game, and Alex Carl picks up a penalty with 9:03 to go, and Providence with an excellent opportunity to add to the lead. So Providence with a chance to really grab a stranglehold on this one. Wilkins with his 2nd of the night. And now Providence on the power play. Bryson goes back to Pino. Merrimack player fell down. Here's Wilkins. Gets it, offensive end. Josh comes around. Foley lets it go to Pino. He drills it back around. Duham hustling to get to it. He'll run interference with a Merrimack player. Duham lost his stick. Pino keeps in, then he gets wiped out along the wall, and Merrimack clears.
And this Merrimack penalty kill has become increasingly aggressive as the game has gone on. So it's even more important for the Friars to move that puck quickly, ensure they are making crisp tape-to-tape passes, because this team right now has nothing to lose, and if anything, Mike, they will continue to throw 1, 2, 3 players at that puck.
Oh, we mentioned their penalty kill, and that's offside against Providence. Coming into the game, Merrimack's penalty kill have been struggling, Sonny, at just 70%. But you're right, tonight they've done a good job. They have given up a power play goal. You see the time remaining and not just the game, but on the Friar man advantage.
Well, and you see that they've made the necessary adjustments throughout the game in response to Providence changing up their power play a little bit.
2nd unit on the ice for the Friars. Wilkins' goal unassisted, and he ties Kasper Bjorkquist for the team leading goals with 5. Mirages, who has 4 power play goals this year for Providence. Here's Bjorkquist, tripped down, no penalty. And that's an offside against the Friars, as Kasper was trying to split the defense. Skates by the referee. Here's another look.
And these are the types of calls where you see it in full speed and you think that's definitely a penalty, and then you see it in slow motion and you think, how did the officials miss that call?
Well, Kasper skated by one of the referees, had a word for him.
I found as a player typically doesn't change their minds.
No, and it can only work against you, I would think sometimes. Here's Mirages. Throws toward the net wide. Conway, and a blind behind the back pass that found nobody out at the point. So Mirages, 20 seconds to go on the power play. Ben, nice move at the blue line, but that put Bjorkquist offside.
And you talk about taking care of the puck and making the right plays at the right time and keeping things simple. Having an idea of where the blue line is, Mike, is incredibly important. We've seen the Friars lose some chances to gain momentum because they've been caught offsides, and those types of plays just need to result in a little bit more discipline.
Providence wasting an opportunity here to add to the lead. And a bad play there by Bryson. That's the second drop pass the Friars have made coming into the zone. Now O'Neal with speed. Penalties up, 7 minutes to go. 5-on-5 hockey, Providence a 1-goal lead. Hennessy keeps it in, sweeps toward the slot, and Merrimack will control. The Warriors bank it out. Friars drive it back in.
And Mike, for the Friars, an easy adjustment to make is going to be to look at how they're playing at and around the blue line. We've seen so many turnovers at the blue line as a result of dropped passes or just not getting the puck out or over the blue line. If Coach Lehman goes back and looks at this tape, that's certainly going to be one of the takeaways that he brings his team.
Good job by Hayden Hockey holding the near post. Cini threw it into Hockey and then off the side of the net on the rebound. Providence with just over 6 minutes to go plays it up. Jace Henning broken up at the Providence blue line, and that hits Cini on the Merrimack bench. We'll take a break. Late in the third, Friars have the 1-goal lead. There's your story. Just over 6 minutes to go. Friars a 1-goal lead. Northeastern leads Vermont 2-1. BC a 3-2 lead at UNH. Maine a 3-2 lead at the end of 2 at home against BU. And Lowell has a 4-2 lead at home against UConn. So just your typical night of close action in Hockey East.
Well, you look at the UVM Northeastern game, it was we headed into our third period. Vermont was up 1-0. Now Northeastern taking the lead 2-1.
Merrimack back offensive zone. Colquist bouncing puck, couldn't get a shot off. Henning trying to come out of the corner, tied up. Merrimack able to keep the puck. They get it in deep, swing it out front. Shot blocked as a Friar got in front of that. That was Bryson, and Foley able to work it to center ice, intercepted. Back over the line comes the freshman, and we get a offside against Merrimack with 5:24 to go in the game.
And Jacob Bryson really with a solid game tonight. We've seen him make the right plays coming out of the zone for those solid breakouts, but Mike, he's taking shots too. Those types of blocks are so important heading into the late stretch of these games.
Cini to take the face-off against Conway. Warriors will control. Josh Wilkins has both goals tonight. One on the power play, one even strength. Ludvig Larsson, a power play goal for Merrimack. And that's been it. Here's Bjorkquist, Mirages, and that's a delayed offside. Puck back to center ice. Conway, he'll dribble it in, and Bjorkquist will chase Kovacevic into the corner. Puck comes around. Conway, alert play, but he chipped it too high into the netting. We'll take a break. Late in the third, Friars a 1-goal lead. back to the live action. We're inside 5 minutes to go. Third period, Friars with the 2-1 lead. It has not been easy by any means tonight. Merrimack has played a solid road game, outplaying Providence for large chunks of this game. But the Friars with a pair of goals by Josh Wilkins, one on the power play late in the second, and then one in this period on a giveaway. And that's a mistake as the puck winds up off Kavanaugh's stick and onto the Friar bench.
Well, you see a new spark in the Friars' stride here late in this third period, starting to play with that sense of urgency that Coach Lehman likely would have really appreciated to see earlier in the game.
Alfred Larson in there on the face-off against Pino. Larson's got good size at 6'5", 220. And he wins the face-off. They work it back to the point. Shot here is blocked. Nobody can find it as it winds up out of play.
And Merrimack, Mike, certainly isn't playing as though they're at the very bottom of Hockey East. You see them execute a face-off win perfectly, tic-tac-toe. That's exactly how you practice that play, and they get a shot off of it.
Now, they have played tough competition. 2 games at Minnesota Duluth, 2 games at Colgate. They're an improved team in the ECAC. They hosted Wisconsin. They are an improved team. In fact, they're in the top 20. And then they had a home-and-home with Boston College. They're in first place in the league. Here's a turnaround attempt, and the shot deflects up and out of play as Pino tried to come from behind the net and sneak one by Pantano, who has been solid tonight between the pipes.
Yeah, and Brian Pino, such a strong game against UMass, starting to really get into this offensive groove. And that was a nice opportunity for him. Didn't take his time too long with that puck. Just turned and shot, got a nice chance.
Of course, Brian, a North Andover, Mass native, will be there tomorrow night. In years past, Pino's family has got one of the hospitality suites at the Lawler Rink. They're usually right up behind where we have a broadcast from. And it'll be Brian's final chance to play in his hometown. Of course, Merrimack will be back here for a third game, January 6th. And then next year, Providence and Merrimack will play 3 times. 2 of those games will be up at Merrimack. BU, BC, UMass, and Merrimack are the 4 extra games Providence will play this year and again next year in the league. They'll just switch the locations. For instance, next year BU will be here twice, BC just once. Coming up, 3 minutes to go in the game. Hennessy to the puck. Can't get it out though. Again, Biega that time kept it in. Now Young with running room. Gets the red line in deep. Hennessy, first man on the puck. Dockery takes him to the end boards. Friars control. Kavanaugh loses the puck, got knocked down. And Bryson back on it for the Friars, and they'll get it in deep. We'll keep an eye on Pantano as the time winds down. 2.5 minutes to go. Through center ice. Biega. In the corner, Ryan Tate. Good to see him back out there. I mentioned that nicked up earlier in this period. Friars again without Vinny Desharnais, no Jake Rysick. And Providence able to get the puck in deep. Foley couldn't move by his man. Now Pino wipes out a Merrimack player who took out Foley. That was like a bowling ball taking out some pins. There's a big hit in deep. And we're going to have a penalty against Providence. And that's going to be a major. He's out. So that's Mirages, and Providence will need to kill a penalty here for the final 1:59. And Ben Mirages shown the door. The second major against a Providence player tonight.
Well, Mike, we heard Coach Lehman earlier in the game saying we've got to stay out of the penalty box, and the Friars certainly
That's Brett Cini who absorbed the hit there. It almost looked like Cini got the top of the dasher, Sonny, as he was hit. Mirages has good size. Cini is 5'10". Mirages goes, oh, it's 6'1", a couple of inches taller, and you see Cini is up, which is good news.
Well, and those loose puck races into the corners can be tricky for both players, for the player going in to retrieve the puck and then for the attacking player as well, to really be able to judge where the player is going to turn. Is he going to turn his back at the last minute? You see Mirages, he's going to go. Yeah, it's a tough play for Mirages. You see him initially try to take the outside lane there, and then at the last second decides he's going to try to beat him to the inside and just clip Cini going into the corner.
So you would imagine that Mark Dennehy is going to take his time out. And let's see if he's, well, I'm kind of surprised that Pantano is going to start in the net.
Yeah, I'm not sure I understand that line of thinking. You have a face-off in the offensive zone, an opportunity to throw an extra person at the net.
And now Koharski coming over. He's not going to allow Cini back on the ice because he had to leave due to an injury. So I believe he's got to start back on the bench. So here we go, Merrimack power play, less than 2 minutes to go. Friars cling to a 1-goal lead. It has been that type of night for the Friars. Bjorkquist, Kovacevic. Now they're working around, so the Warriors on a power play looking for the game-tying goal. Kovacevic out high, Pantano at the top of his crease, still in there though, with a minute and a half to go. Now Kovacevic shot blocked into the corner by O'Neill. Friars can't clear. Now centering feed, and Hockey the save on Kovacevic with 1:24 to go.
And O'Neill stepping up for a big, important block on that play. Those are the types of plays that you have to step up and sacrifice. And Hayden Hockey coming up with a big save as well here. Again, I'm a little surprised that I don't see Pantano coming down, but it looks like Merrimack taking a timeout potentially to draw out that face-off play and potentially take their goaltender to the bench for the remainder of the game.
Yeah, Mark Dennehy has the whiteboard, and you see the team around him. Well, we talked earlier in this game that it was not going to be easy for Providence the way the game was going, Sonny. And certainly you're already down a couple of defensemen, and you lose a defenseman. And there's a look there at Mark Dennehy. I mentioned, former defenseman himself for BC. The late 80s rather, into the early 90s. He was an assistant under Tuke Cahoon, first at Princeton, then at UMass. Got his first head coaching job at Fairfield 1 year, and then the program folded. And now in his 13th season at Merrimack. And he's done a solid job there. Obviously not an easy time of it, but they've made a good commitment to the program, to the rink. Now look there at Nate Lehman. So 6 skaters on, empty net for the Friars. And a 6-on-4 for the final 84 minutes, final 84 seconds, I should say. Face-off controlled by Merrimack. Kovacevic has the puck out high, plays it along the boards. Warriors get it back to Kovacevic. Now across, they work it. Cross-ice feed, holding, shooting. Nice arm save, Hockey. Young gets to it. Now Bryson out of the corner, fires it up and out off the glove of Kovacevic. Empty net, here's O'Neill, fires, and it's blocked down by Colquist. 55 seconds to go. Friars a steal, and Pino fans on it. Had the open net, slams the stick on the ice. 45 seconds to go. Warriors with speed over the line, Cini. They drop it out high. Here's Kovacevic. Colquist, long wrist shot blocked to the corner. Friars get to it, up the wall, not out. Kept in, now Bryson knocks his man down. Young around the boards, gonna deflect. Kept in by Merrimack, bouncing puck, shot, save, rebound, great stop, Hockey. Puck is loose, and finally a whistle. Hayden Hockey with back-to-back stops.
Well, Hayden Hockey's play, Mike, has been absolutely sensational tonight against this Merrimack team. You see this puck bouncing all over the place, which is really one of the most difficult types of pucks for Hayden Hockey to handle, but he maintains his composure, has line of sight to the puck the entire time. Just a really solid save here, keeping the Friars with this 1-goal lead.
Wow, look at that. The puck came through, and then Young fired it back into Hockey. Chase Henning with a great opportunity on the rebound. Nate Lehman has taken his time out here with 16 seconds to go. I think they're taking a look. I think they're going to add a little time to the clock, Sonny, because the whistle blew. There was 17 seconds and change, I believe. But Hayden Hockey has come up big in this game. He kept the Friars around when they were being outplayed and down 1-0. Wilkins with 2 goals tonight, and the Friars 16 seconds away from, quite frankly, stealing one on home ice.
Well, and again, Hayden Hockey, just really solid play tonight. He's remained relatively unfazed throughout a barrage of shots tonight.
Well, but this is what you need from your goaltender, Hockey, the junior.
Well, and it's great to see him playing with so much confidence, because in these tight 1-goal games, Mike, it often does come down to that battle of the goaltenders.
They added 3 seconds, so 19 seconds to go. Pino with a big face-off against Ludwig Larson. Pino and Larson on the draw. Merrimack wins it. Back to the point. Colquist shot. Nice stop. Hockey with the glove. Puck down low. Centering feed's going to come back to the point. Friars knock it out. Inside 10 seconds to go. Pino will just hold it. And that'll do it. It was not pretty by any means. And Hayden Hockey deserves a big hug as he won this game tonight for the Friars. And Providence takes the home end of this home and home.
Well, and Hayden Hockey, he made the big plays when it counted the most, when the Friars needed him the most. Kept them in this game on the home stretch. It's not easy to maintain that 1-goal lead when you're down 2 men, having Pantano on the bench.
38 saves tonight for Hockey, 2 goals for Josh Wilkins, 1 on the power play and 1 even strength. And the Friars hold on. It was not pretty, but it's a win. Friars with the victory go to 7-4. Merrimack drops to 6-2, 7-2. Teams will do it again tomorrow night. We thank you for watching us tonight on Your View. For Sonny Watrous, Mike Logan, have a great night.